Hello, everybody, and welcome to Strange Horticulture. I'm Align Mysticality, and let's get into it. The streets of Undermere are narrow and claustrophobic. In many places, the buildings lean out at the upper floors so that neighbors can reach across and shake hands, or more likely, exchange unpleasantries. Strange Horticulture is a small shop situated away from the main thoroughfares, but it has the advantage of being one of the few buildings in Undermere that stands alone. Plants, you may have noticed, need light, and light is in short supply at street level in this town. Recently, the shop has passed to me after the death of my uncle. There's much to learn, but one thing is already clear. The rare and unusual plants he stocked have their uses after all. Day 1, Friday. This game features some small text. If you're having difficulty reading, you can hold Shift to zoom in. A little magnifying glass to do it too. Okay. Oh, speaking of small text, hey, got a blood stain. Speaking of small text, I found it. An excerpt on the elusive Wandering Bew. Come to the library in Ambleside, and I'll tell you all about it. I even found something on the Gilded Dendra that might be of interest. Simone. P.S. Give a Hellbore a good scratch behind the ears for me. Are you Hellbore? Yeah. You can pet the cat. The game is good. Now, what do we got? Oh. Apparently we've got the will to explore, because we looked at the map. Cool. What are you? Oh, hey, that picks up and leaves the drawer when you do that. Nifty. Okay. This is going to be something at some point later, I'm sure. But not yet. What are you? Book of Plants. Okay. I'm sure we're going to look at this a lot. This encyclopedia can be used as a reference to help identify plants. Note that where I have included sketches, these are not always intended as an aid to identification. Often the description will be more useful to you. Remember to take extra care when dealing with poisonous plants. I accept no responsibility should injury or death occur as a result of misuse of this encyclopedia. WV. Okay. Well, the game clearly wants us to ring the bell. I must have walked past this shop 100 times without ever stopping to look. What a wonderful place to spend your day surrounded by plants. I came here because I have an unusual request. At night, I hear whispered voices too faint to hear clearly coming from the floor above me, but nobody lives up there. The rooms are empty. My curiosity has got the better of me. I must find out what they are saying. Okay, so this says they're looking for St. John's Poppy, which I'm guessing it's not going to just directly tell us every time. This is probably because it's the first one. Hey, that's in our book. Perfect. Alright, so St. John's Poppy looks like it's 5 petals with a center, but it said not to rely on those. The vibrant petals of this flower can be brewed to create a draft that can greatly improve the imbiber's hearing ability. Ah, okay, so they are hearing voices, but they can't quite make out what they're saying. They want to hear better. That makes sense. The flowers of the St. John's Poppy are bright red with a yellow center. So like this. Flowers are red with a sweet scent. Okay. So that should be what they're after. Okay. So that means that that's St. John's poppy. Book entry. Clavilium. According to legend, clavilium can be used to open any lock, no matter how complex or secure. The heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Lovelock. Okay, and that got added to our book. Clavilium, yeah, Lovelock. Okay, so we've... What's that? Picture of a bell-shaped flower. Interesting. Also, there's a note in here. Dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Black Barrow. Keep it secret. Okay, so we'll have to look into that at some point, too. Oh, labels. That's what that says, right? Yeah, labels. Oh, so I can keep track of what's what. Okay, so... St. John's poppy. Oh, and I can choose the color, too. For hearing. Okay. Because we know that it's its use as well, so... Yeah, there we go. St. John's poppy for hearing. Great, so I can give the name and what it's used for. Okay, nifty. So we're going to use those a lot as well. Seems like a lot of this is going to come down to just keeping track of information. So... Oh, okay, so this is what lets us go places, and... This note said... Come to the library in Ambleside. Okay, so I should be able to go to Ambleside then. The library here in Ambleside is one of my favorite haunts. Simone, the librarian, is always helpful and friendly and shares some of my passion for unusual plants. Today, she's grinning ear to ear and can't wait to show me what she's found. Okay, what has she found? Gilded dendra. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as the blood succumbs to dendromiasma, a sure and painful way to die. The poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. Good to know. Wandering Bew, so called because this fungus can move slowly in the dark. It has been known to cover distances of up to several meters in a single night. The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They are also quite hard and sharp, earning this plant the nickname Fingersbane. So it's basically a buzzsaw. Got it. Okay, interesting. Wants us to ring the bell again. Good morning. Bloody awful weather out there today. Good for the plants, though, eh? Got a letter for you. Okay. Which gives us more will to explore. Cool. Gosforth is a hateful town. I was beaten and robbed and left to die in the streets. After many days, I was rescued by a kind stranger just as I had come to fear the wickedness had infected the heart of every soul in that cursed place. I began my recovery in the woods to the south of the town with a group of travelers. On the northeast corner of the woods, I sat and stared at a bright flower, and tears flowed down my face at the reminder that there is beauty in this world. I shall be returning to Undermere soon. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. So that was the woods south of Gosforth. Northeast corner of the woods south of Gosforth. Let's see. Where is... Okay, so here's Gosforth. We have the woods south of Gosforth. We have the northeast corner, which should be here. The wood has a calming effect on my mind. It does me good to escape into nature, away from the stench and clamor of Undermere. It is not long before I spy a bright flower among the trees. Interesting. Okay, so we got a new plant to add to the collection as well. Okay. That we are actually done with. That's great. And we are done with that as well. Let's pull out these notes here. Oh, archive. Can I... Okay, so I can drop these into the archive because they're done. Perfect. So then I can leave these here because this... Dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. Keep it secret. So I can go find that and then try to identify it as well. It just says dangerous. It doesn't specify in what way. Alright, who's next? Something's got those witches in the forest stirred up. They're not letting anyone through. I had to take the long way around down through Backbarrow. I never did trust that sisterhood. Anyway, I'm here now, and I've brought Finette from the south to trade for some lemon dandy. Hardly worth the trouble when you factor in the extra miles I've had to cover to get here. Okay, so they're after lemon dandy. Do we have that in our book? We do. Okay. Lemon dandy. Its curled leaves are thought to be the origin of the name of this plant, supposedly referring to a peeled lemon. Among several medicinal uses, the flower of the lemon dandy is mostly associated with curing afflictions of the heart. Okay, so we're looking for something that looks like a peeled lemon. Curled leaves are thought to be the origin of the name. But it didn't specify a color. I don't think it's that. Oh wait, yeah, that has the curled leaves. Okay. Smells faintly off-putting but not overpowering. Is it you? Yeah, okay. So we did manage to identify that as lemon dandy, and we got another new plant. Okay, so let's take this shelf up here and put stuff that we've identified just to keep things easy here. So lemon dandy is especially associated with curing afflictions of the heart. Okay. So, lemon dandy for heart. St. John's poppy for hearing. Good, good, good. We can travel somewhere. The only other note that we've really got right now is that there's a dangerous plant northeast of Backbarrow, in the hills northeast of Backbarrow. So where is... Backbarrow is there, so hills northeast would be there. There's a dangerous plant here. The weather changes fast out in the hills. What started as a gray morning has turned into bright sunshine. A good thing, too, because it takes me several hours to find what I came for. By the time I'm done, the cloud is sweeping back over, a cloak of unwelcoming shade. A new plant acquired. Interesting. And we know that that's dangerous, for sure. We don't know what it is yet, but we know it's dangerous. Okay. That can go to the archive. This looks like it's just a part of a note, not a full note. Does it match? I don't know. We'll come back to that one. My dreams are becoming more vivid. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her, a terrifying black skeletal creature. It stood tall, its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no discernible face, I could sense a hint of an expression about its features. It seemed to be laughing, but not the joyous laughter of a child, a sickly, horrifying laughter that chilled me like the first breath of winter. These past weeks have been getting worse. I need sleep. Okay, so forest camphor. Let's see. Forest camphor. The strong-smelling bulb of this plant has a powerful soporific effect, making it a common ingredient in sleeping drafts. The camphor produces a beautiful, rounded, dark blue cluster made of many smaller flowers. So strong-smelling bulb, clusters of smaller flowers that are dark blue. Flowers are made up of many smaller blue flowers. They smell pleasant. It doesn't necessarily say strong, it just says pleasant. That's more of a dark blue. It's pungent but not unpleasant. The bulb is a soft yellow. The leaves are waxy. Pungent but not unpleasant. So strong smelling, dark blue. I think this is what you're after. Correct. Okay, so forest camphor. We got another book entry out of that. Butterdale, often found growing in clumps on valley sides. Butterdale has been used for centuries as a cure for all manner of skin rashes. The dark green leaves can be stewed and mulched to form a poultice. The flowers smell buttery to some people. Okay, so forest camphor is for sleep. We'll make that one purple as well. I think I'm gonna save the pink for specifically dangerous plants. I should actually probably... Can I change the color on that one? Let's make these all purple. These are all, so far, fairly medicinal, because that's for heart afflictions, that's for hearing, and that's for sleep. We're going to use red for poisonous plants and probably put them on a separate shelf. Okay. I don't have any other notes on places to go particularly right now, so I could probably just go off to the middle of nowhere, but got any wandering bew? That always reminds me of, oh, what's his name? That old hermit inventor, the Wanderer. Anyways, the bew, if you got it. So the wandering bew is a mushroom. Wandering bew. So called because this fungus can move slowly in the dark, it has been known to cover distances of up to several meters in a single night. The gills on the underside of the mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They are also quite hard and sharp, earning this plant the name Fingersbane. Okay, what can you tell me about you? Not as spongy as most mushrooms. In fact, the undersides are somewhat sharp. Red warts protrude from the caps. This doesn't say anything about red warts, but you can kind of see the bumps that might actually be it. Are you wandering bew? You are! Okay, I was correct. Good. First mushroom I checked, too. Oh, and we're closed for the day. The leaves curl round delightfully, which combine with an attractive flower and a hardy nature make this sought-after ornamental plant. Aids with conditions of memory deterioration associated with old age. Okay, so this doesn't seem like it's particularly dangerous. It moves on its own at night, And the bottom side is sharp, but it's not poisonous, so we're going to give this one a yellow tag, because I don't really have a great identifier for it at the moment. It doesn't have any particularly listed uses, so presumably it's mostly ornamental. And we'll move you down so that we've got... Actually, do I have... What I'll do is I'll clear down this shelf and use it for poisonous plants once I identify some of those. Okay. Honestly, I'm just going to keep the labels out. I seem to be using them quite a bit here. Leave the book out too. Cover the bloodstain with it, I suppose. We didn't have anywhere else specific to go, so I think we can end the day today. I could have gone on an adventure somewhere random, I suppose, but... Not sure if that's meant to be like a mahjong tile or a deck of cards. Oh, it's a deck of cards. It started when she found something that she was not meant to find, a book tucked away in a forgotten corner of the Ambleside Library. Row H, the Third River. Row H, the Third River. Day 2, Saturday. Hold on. Row H, the Third River. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go there real quick because we got a card telling us to. Row H, First River, Second River, Third River. Oh, and that just vanishes. A dead deer in the river, yellowed bone protruding from matted hide and rotten flesh. Death for one provides life for many. Interesting. And we got another new plant. Which is not you, it's the one next to you. But you are very similar to each other. You both have similar leaf shape or flower shapes, but you have different colors and different leaf. Yeah, you have different leaf shapes, but you have the same petal shapes. Okay. That's going to be important, I'm sure. So we'll put this away for now, and I guess talk to our first customer. Sorry, cat. Bring me a sample of Apis demyssus and be quick about it. That damn cat is setting off my allergies. Shouldn't have an animal in a shop like this. Apis demyssus. Okay. That's not one we have in our book. So is this just purely a Isidore Burbage? Burbage is a rich man who inherited a fortune, but never experienced the love of his parents. He expects people to do his bidding and is quick to anger. There are many in Undermere who would be glad to see the back of him, but with wealth comes power, and few would challenge him to his face. Interesting. Bring me a sample of Apis demyssus. And that's not one that we have. I may need to actually explore. Let's go to the library in Ambleside real quick. I could spend hours trawling through the library, but unless Simone has something for me, I should get back to the shop. I was really hoping. So this is purely just a guessing game at this point, then. Unless just by sheer fortune it happens to be... Need to be more careful. That wasn't the right plant. I must be better prepared next time. Interesting. And that's not one that I have. Oh, you know what? That's the scientific name. Hold on. I should have put that together. Epistemesis, Gandhi root. Plant with medicinal properties that can aid with digestive troubles when prepared correctly. Care must be taken, however, as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. Okay. And you do show bell-shaped bulbs, it looks like. I think it's you. Leaves are coarse to the touch. And this said, the rough leaves can be an irritant. Yeah, okay. Use plant. Meekdu Mollusphytum. Okay, so some people are going to ask by scientific name. The beautiful flowers made up of many smaller florets make this a sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Interesting. Okay. So, Gandhi root, we have identified you, and you are good for digestive troubles. Gandhi root for digestion, you are a medicinal. So you get to go up here on the medicinal shelf. And I'll probably have to have more than one shelf for each type as I go, but we'll get there when we get... Oh, watering can. Nifty. Okay. Let's see who else we've got. Pet the cat, obviously. Mailman again, perfect. Lake Undermere is looking fine in the sunshine today. Here's your mail. There's an old slate mine in... I'm not sure if that says Etard or Hardknot, okay. That has some interesting looking fungi growing in it. I've never seen anything like them before. They seem to be found in a niche in the damp, dark tunnels left by the tramways. I thought you might be interested. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Okay, so slate mine at Hardknot. Fungi. We're looking for Hardknot. Hardknot. An iron gate, rusted by years of abandonment, sits across the entrance to the tram tunnel. Rusted it may be, but it won't budge. Locked. Clavilium. Oh, okay, so I have to use... Okay, so I need to identify Clavilium, which was the lock leaf. Heart-shaped petals. Not quite you. You, maybe. Heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Lovelock. Aha! Okay, so that was Clavilium. So let's... And then we got... Aguiria. Okay. Grab my labels real quick. Lovelock for opening locks. And that's yellow because it's not medicinal. It's not poisonous. So it's going into this kind of vague bonus category. Okay, we collected 3 plants here. 3 different fungi. Purple, green, and red. Interesting. Okay. That was a good trip then if we got 3 different fungi out of that. So that goes to the archive. Pet the cat again. This guy again. I'm headed to Griselda Forest, investigating a possible murder there. Can't say I'm looking forward to it. The Sisterhood are a secretive lot, and they are not keen to talk to me. Their leader, the Arda, or whatever they call her, she's dead. My instinct is they're hiding something. I was hoping you might have some fox button that would help me win them over. Okay, fox button is what he wants. Fox button. An offering of fox button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stem. Interesting. Actually, that's really common in, like, mint-related plants, is having opposite leaves. Looking for something that has opposite leaves along the stem. Blue flowers with stiff leaves. Okay. And what exactly did this say? Thick, shiny leaves. Okay. That's not it. Okay. I've got to not mess up again. Hold on. Thick, shiny, opposite leaves along the stem. I could have sworn that was going to be it. Nothing else back that way. Small leaves, delicate flowers. Nope. Smells of nothing I can detect. Okay. Did I already look at you? Yeah, small leaves, delicate flowers, so it's not you. Smell nothing I can detect. Thick, shiny leaves in opposite pairs along the stem. That's the only one that specifically stated it had thick leaves, isn't it? No, stiff leaves, not thick leaves. The only thing I can think is that based on the leaf shape, it would be this. Okay. So we did get there at the end. It just took an extra guess. Okay, so we know that that is fox button for friendship, which is a yellow tag because it's not medicinal or poisonous. It's more decorative, ornamental, or meaningful, except this is weirdly mystical, but we're gonna ignore that. Okay. Can't really afford to make any more mistakes here. Welcome back. What were the whispers saying? I was able to make out the whispered voices last night with the help of the St. John's poppy. Great. There's a medium using the room illegally, I must add, holding midnight seances for gullible grievers. Oh, that's messed up. is there a plant you know of that I could use to give them to scare and drive them away? I need my sleep. So, we're looking for Harlequin Blue. I meant to hit the table of contents. Harlequin Blue. When the bushy blue flower heads die back, they release seeds with a downy pappus which assists in wind dispersal. Once dried and hardened, the stems can be burned as incense. As they burn, they let out high-pitched shrieks, widely believed to be the spirits of dead souls trapped within the plant. Okay, so bushy blue flower head. Bushy blue, maybe you? Blue flowers, light, airy scent. So far, you are the contender I've got to look at. Bushy blue flowers. I think that's the only unidentified bushy blue flower I've got. Yes, okay. Harlequin Blue for screaming incense, apparently. Okay, Shimmerlung. The dried stem of the Shimmerlung burns very brightly and noisily, letting off a near blinding white-purple light. Flowers grow wrapped in large, rigid leaves. Interesting. Okay, so Harlequin Blue for screaming? I'm putting a question mark on that one. That's the best use I've got for that, is that it screams. So we're just gonna plop that on that shelf there. Who's next? You may have heard the rumors that our Arda is dead. May Arduina bring her spirit peace. The nature of her death is unusual. The Sisterhood does not often look to outside help, but this is beyond our knowledge. If you show my sisters this letter, they will allow you entry to the forest. To be assured of your discretion, we require that you use Mary's breath to bind yourself to secrecy. Interesting. Okay, so Mary's breath. The wide waxy leaves allow this plant to collect a large amount of water it requires. It is said that a person can be bound to secrecy using Mary's breath. It used to be grown in the royal gardens so that the king could ensure the trust of his confidants, but the practice fell out of favor. So wide, waxy leaves. The veined leaves have a waxy finish. Okay. Mary's breath. Okay. And we got a letter. So we know that this is Mary's breath. For finding secrets. Interesting. Also a yellow plant, not poisonous, not medicinal, just kind of here, existing. But that's really interesting. Okay. I think before we read that letter, I'm going to call it here for the episode, and we will pick back up where we left off in the next one. So for now, thanks so much for coming along on the adventure. I'm having a lot of fun with this so far. And I can't wait to see where this game is heading. If you're enjoying the videos, we've got playlists on the channel for all the games that we've played. You can subscribe if you want to keep up to new videos as they come out. And yeah, thanks so much for coming along on the adventure. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.